to say Explorer's Pack is probably better, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. So Explorer's Pack. Like, all right, some of them gives you, Burglar's Pack gives you more things for that. Diplomat's Pack, more things for that. Dungeoneer's Pack, more things for that. Uh, but you know, so yeah, equipment packs are backpacks filled with the normal stuff, mess kits, bedrolls, some unique items depending on the pack. The important thing about the pack are the rope and the items, and also the rations. Depending on the type of game your DM's playing or running, rations can be important. Um, Rations can be important when traveling or dungeon crawling because it is your food and water for the day. It is always best to have extra rations. Exhaustion is also given out when you do something that exhausts you or makes any if that it makes any sense. It can have really bad side effects if you gain a lot of exhaustion. Healing potions are also really helpful and are one of the backbones of starting out adventure parties. Um, Healing potion heals 2d4 plus 2. A greater healing potion heals 4d4, so 4 of these, not 4d4, 4d4 plus 4, so maximum of 16, minimum of 4. A superior healing potion heals 8d4 plus 8, not 8t4, 8d4, so 8 of these. And finally, we get to move on to magic. Okay, let me take a sparkling water. Okay. Okay, this will hopefully wrap up all the major stuff. Hour and 22 minutes. Um, it's most major. It is one of the major yet most difficult parts. This is magic. I would not recommend starting out as a spellcaster when new to the game. It can be confusing. I would recommend you going in as a martial, like a fighter or a barbarian, or maybe even a thief, rather than a wizard, especially not a sorcerer. There are other classes such as paladin or ragers where you can get some spells. They could be good to introduce you to spells. There are 9 levels of spells, not including cantrips. A good rule of thumb is a spell's level usually means better the spell is before it. This is not true because some spells are unique to a certain level and can be devastating and powerful. Uh, Basically, a ninth level spell is a lot stronger than a first level spell. Um, um, this would another rule is the higher the level, higher the spell's level is, the rarer it is to find someone who knows how to cast it. So ninth level spells are pretty rare. Like very actually, they're almost impossible to find. No, like I don't mean they're impossible. Like, for cantrips, a wizard like apprentice wizards could cast it, but ninth level spells require the most powerful wizards in the world. Um, you have spell slots that determine how many times you can cast spells at that level. At first level, you only have a few spell slots, and at first level, spells and cantrips, a few spells and cantrips, but you'll get more later on. Um, if you look at right here, like you can see, like it kind of goes up every 2 levels. You get a new spell. So at 17th level, you have ninth level spells. But right now, you got two first level spells, or two first level slots, I should say, and 3 cantrips known. Um, so proficiency bonus and spells and cantrips. The rules of magic are bit complicated, and it's one of the reasons is not to use magic when starting. Um, but let's kind of go with the basics. Xanathar's Guide has some good rules to keep in mind, but I'm too lazy to get it. Different components are needed for a spell to work. Sometimes a verbal component is needed to perform the class. If this is the case, you must be able to speak. Somatic component is required. You must be able to move at least one hand. Spell requiring material component needs actual materials, except if you have a spellcasting focus, such as a holy symbol or staff. I highly recommend that you they have a spellcasting focus. If you had a didn't have spell hacking focuses negate the necessities of material components unless you cast a spell requiring a material component that is consumed during the spell casting. It is the case. You must have the component. Casting times can differ between spells. Some spells may require a bonus action, reactions, and actions, or even longer. I'll not go over actions, reactions, or bonus actions because this is how to create your character, not to play it, or this will be a lot longer. Some spells can be done instantaneously, and other spells may take longer to cast. Some spells may take your active concentration to keep it up, such as the fly spell, which can make someone fly for up to 10 minutes. But you have to hold concentration. This is known as a concentration spell. If you take damage, you must roll above a DC 10 Constitution save. So, 8 plus 2. I made it. Ooh, yay me. My back's killing me. Or half the damage you took. So, let's say I took... let's do this. Alright, how about I took 18 points of damage. That's 9 damage. I have to roll above a 9. And I rolled a 5. Or I take, at higher levels, 96 points of damage. You can't roll that high, so I think you do this. See, 19, I beat DC 10. But it depends on what happens. What your DM says. If you guys need a concentration spell, you may not cast another concentration spell, or you'll cancel the current concentration. You may cancel the concentration whenever you like. Also, if you die or are incapacitated, you'll lose concentration. Like, if you die, you can't do things beyond the grave. Spells do have a range. This might be 60 feet, 120 feet, 3 million feet, or you'll have to touch to cast. Some spells have to go on a cone, a sphere, or the like you could see this by right here. See this little gnome man? He's explaining. You got a line. This is the point of origin. So a line, it goes there. Cone, the point of origin. Cone. Cube, point of origin. Because the point of origin is like where you're casting it. Sphere, like where you're casting it at. Does not mean spheres around you. It's just where you're shooting it. Cylinder, boom, right there. There are also schools of magic, but I kind of don't want to go over this one. But I will have to. Okay, let's find the schools of magic. Alrighty. Academy is a magical group of spells in the 8 categories called schools of magic. Okay, you know what? Do you want to read this or do you want to read this? I don't know. Okay. I'm not going to read this. If you want to pause the video, you can read it. You're probably not even going to listen this long. But I'm going to do it. I'm not going to spay it because my voice is... it'll kill my voice. Basically, adjuration spells. They can create, they can create magical barriers, negate harmful events, harm trespassers, or banish creatures to other planes of existence. Conjuration spells, conjures things, transportation of objects and creatures here to there. Divination reveals information either in the form of, it reveals information. Enchantment spells affect the minds of others, influence their behavior. Evocation spells manipulate the magical energy to produce a desired effect. So this is more like, making a fireball. It's a very good spell. Or something like illusion spells is creating an illusion or something fake that someone might believe. Necromancy spells is like necromancy, you're making zombies. Transmutation spells changes the properties of an object or creature or the environment. Okay, let's get done with that. It'd be kind of funny if my camera was so bad you couldn't see any of this. And you wouldn't even know what I'm doing. I think you could see pretty well. Maybe the focus isn't that good. Oh well. Okay, cantrips are spells that can be used unlimited times. The damage of a cantrip will do is less than a normal spell, yet they're still really useful at low levels. I would say that you would normally use trips at levels, first level to 10th level if you're a full caster. Now you may ask, how does one get these spells? All of the classes get the spells automatically. All other spell casting classes, I should say. But wizards must find spells and write them into their spell books. But wizards do have the greatest selection of spells and some of the most powerful spells, but they must find their spells. So there's like some negative effects of being a wizard, but there's some really good positive ones that can, you're squishy, but you're the best spellcasters ever. Okay, so while you're doing this, I'm gonna be flipping the pages, and you can look at these, and I'll just be naming off spells that I believe are good. These are first level spells, I believe. Yeah, like I could give you more, like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, but I'm just gonna give you cantrips and first level spells. These are not just good for like trying to find general spells. Alright, so there's Magic Missile, Firebolt, Eldritch Blast, Hellish Rebuke, a Healing Word, Cure Wounds, Prestidigitation, Burning Hands, Bless, Sleep, Mending, Identify, Detect Magic, Light, Message, Vicious Mockery, Spare the Dying, Create or Destroy Water, Toll the Dead, Sacred Flame. There's probably some better ones. Like, I don't know, let me find a good one to see you. Let me just pick a normal one. Acid Splash is pretty good. Oh no, Poison Spray is good. Comprehend Language is also good. Mage Armor is good. Shield is great. Always have Shield. It's a great spell for squishy spellcasters. Great spell. Comprehend Languages. Protection from Evil and Good is pretty good as well. Mage Hand is good for, I guess, mages. But look how much spells the wizards got. Like, this is warlocks. They get up to get all these. And then wizards just get boom. I think I already said Identify. Featherfall's good as well. Very Disguise Self. Featherfall can come in hands. Alarm is also pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Spellcasters get a new, level every 2 minutes. Some spells can be ritual cast if your class can ritual cast. This means that over 10 minutes you can cast a spell without using the spell slot. Right before I go for spells, I must explain something. Alright, got this thing conveniently, and I just punched the thing. So, this. Alright, you got spellcasting ability and spellcasting save DC, spellcasting. This is wisdom. Our spell attack bonus. If we go to, I am gonna go to sleep after this, and I'm gonna have a nice long sleep. And I don't think I should wake up from that sleep. I do not intend to. I think I'll go to sleep for a very long time, and then maybe I'll wake up. Like, I don't know. Okay. Alright. Spellcasting ability. So, spell save DC. This is what creatures have to beat. So you know how I was saying, like, saving throws? You make, like, your enemies do saving throws. So, 12. Maybe, let's say your thing is a third, or, so spell save DC is 18 plus proficiency. So, that's 10. And then plus 3 because wisdom. So, that turns out to be a 13. So if they roll 12, they would not succeed and I would kill them immediately. Spell attack bonus is proficiency bonus plus wisdom. It's 15. Or it's 5. No, 15. So, that means any creature making the mistake of attacking me would have to beat a 13 of a save. Not saying I wouldn't smite thee in the name of Moradin. So the spell attack AC is like, just think of it like as the melee. You have to break through the creature's armor class. So plus 5, 18 plus 5, 23. So I don't think creatures at level 1 will have a 23 armor class. But if they did, I'd just hit them. So, I got my spell sheet. Got all that written down. So, also, for the amount of spells that I got, that I can memorize. Not the spell slots, I have 2. I have 2 spell slots. At level 1, we get 3 cantrips. And for our spells, we have, what is it? So it is your wisdom modifier plus your level. So right now, wait, is that it? I think it is. Wait, let me see. Yes. Wisdom level plus that. So wisdom, I have a plus 3 in wisdom. And my level is number 1, so I got 4 spells I can choose from. And, from being a life domain, I get 2 spells. Bless and Cure Wounds. Right off the bat. 3 cantrips. So, let's jump right into this. So, for cantrips, I'll take Toll the Dead. Sacred Flame. And Spare the Dying as my 3. Sacred Flame forces a creature within 60 feet of you. I'm just going to read off what I wrote. I'm not even going to put any emotions into it anymore. Make you make a dexterity save against your save DC, and it fails. It takes 1d8 radiant damage. It has verbal, somatic, and somatic components. Takes 1 action. One thing is, it's always plus your wisdom modifier. So always plus 3. Spare the Dying affects a living creature that is dropped to 0 hit points and makes the creature stable. It does not affect conscious or undead. It has the range of touch. It has verbal and somatic components. Takes an action. Toll the Dead forces a creature within you 60 feet to make a wisdom save against their spell save DC, and if it fails, it takes 1d8 necrotic damage or 1d12 necrotic damage if it already taken damage. If it has verbal and somatic components, it takes one action. Bless, Cure Wounds, Create and Destroy Water Command, Guiding Bolt are going to be my first level spells, but remember, these aren't good for a wizard. They're good for